Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the Ox. So welcome back, my lovely Ox friends. How are we doing this week? Let's find out. I apologize now for the late reading. Should have been yesterday, but better late than never. Hopefully things will start to calm down for me now that summer is coming to an end, and we'll get back to normal where your readings will be on that Monday afternoon. But we'll just see how things go for now. I will also say thank you very much to everybody that's hit that subscribe button, because we're now over 300 subscribers and I never thought that we would actually get that far. So thank you very much for hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, then please do show some support. Let's move these around. Let's get on with this. Let's stop about there, and we'll take that one from the bottom, we'll take that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got a white and two blacks. Those two negatives there can put a little bit of a dampener on things. Only one positive, but as I've always said before, and I always try to get this point across, white isn't always all right, black isn't always an attack. It all depends on the compatibility on the cards when we flip them over. And we've got this horse, which is actually a relatively good one because it's a white horse, which means you are moving forward and there is progression here. And to be honest, relationships with the horse and the ox, they are moderate, they're okay. I mean, it's not the best compatibility, but it's not the worst that you could have. You could definitely have a lot worse, and it is again in that positive place. And I think with this white horse, it's basically a sign or a telling that this negative, that is temporary. It's not going to last. You're going to push through this. That horse is going to drag you through this. You are literally on a carriage on the back of that horse, moving forward, moving through it. It's just going to be basically an uphill journey. It's going to be not a struggle because you're very persistent, you're a very dedicated person, very strong-willed, you're very kind of, stubborn. And you're going to get through that because of those traits, because of who you are. Being stubborn can be seen as a bad thing, but not when you're an ox. When you're an ox, that is independence. That is literally you getting stuff done where other people would merely give up. So that horse is a sign that you are going to push through these black cards, and you're going to do it relatively quickly and relatively well. It's going to be one of those, most people are going to fall behind, most people would struggle, but you're going to push on through it. I think right now as well, you need to make sure that you're keeping your eyes open for anything that's going to hold you back, because that horse doesn't want to be held back. And there will be things or people or something that will get in the way as you're moving forward. So you do need to be you do need to be aware of that. And also the communication barriers as well. You need to communicate properly, especially if you're in a relationship. You need to make sure that your other partner or whoever it is in your life, you do need to make sure that they're in the loop here, because there is no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts here. You have to stick to that proven path. You have to stick to the uphill. And again, it's going to be hard. And just because you're not going to struggle and you will be dedicated and persistent, it doesn't mean that people in your life are the same. So they're going to need to know what to do, where to go, how to do this and how to go about it. Because you're going to move into this catalyst card, the Black Rabbit. Now, the rabbit is a very fast change. It's a change that comes in very quickly. It's a catalyst card, so it's supposed to happen this way. Everything you're going through is supposed to be like this. If you want to know more about the catalyst cards, then hit that subscribe button, because we will be doing videos on that in the future. Rabbits and ox, not the most compatible either. They are actually quite, what's the word? I suppose in some ways, they're very much the same, very similar. Quite reserved, can be quite shy, or they come across as shy. And I think right now, as this catalyst starts to take effect and the change and the shift starts to come around, you're going to, again, start to push people away or shut people out, because you're dedicating yourself to keeping on, moving forward through this. That there is a folly, my friends. Do not shut people out. You need to, as I say, if there's people in your life, especially people close to you, you need to communicate. You need to talk to them. You need to include them. You can't push on forward, get to the end of the line and realise that you've left everybody else behind you. It's okay to have this Spartan outlook on life. It's okay to be, you know, that dedicated warrior that pushes forward, you know, through rain, snow and wind. It's okay to take on defying odds and you know, battle the unconquerable enemies. But what's the point if you're doing it on your own because you left everybody else behind, especially those closest to you? So you definitely need to make sure the lines of communication are open. You don't want to be leaving people that you care about behind. And you need to remind them of this. Remind them that they are important to you. That they are people that, or a person that is, you know, someone that you very deeply care about. And it's not about them. It's about your progression. It's about moving forward. It's about this change that you now need to get used to. Because that rabbit card, the rabbit catalyst, as I say, it's a fast one. The sheep, very abrupt, and that's probably the worst card for you because that's your conflict line right there between you and the sheep. And that sheep card, it comes in fast, it comes in hard, and it comes in brutally and smashes the place up. The pig card, very slow, comes in slowly, it's adaptable. The rabbit is swift. It's like ripping off a band-aid, and it can be, you know, quite unexpected, take you by surprise. So if you are on this little journey and you are moving forward and you're being progressive, all of a sudden you could find yourself being flipped over, tripped up, and find yourself stuck. You don't want to be stuck. Definitely not. However, things aren't all doom and gloom, and this is a great example of black not being in attack, because that is the rooster card, and the rooster is in your triangle, in the affinity triangle of the thinkers. Again, if you want to know more about that thinker triangle, hit the subscribe button. We will be doing videos on that in the future. Now, your affinity triangle is made up of the three that are most compatible with you. The rooster, the snake, the ox. That makes the affinity triangle of thinkers. And the rooster and the ox, they're highly compatible. They have a shared respect for organisation and hard work. And that's what the key is here. Unorganisation, it's going to be your downfall. You need to make sure all your ducks in a row. You need to make sure that you understand what's going on. You need to be aware of everything that is happening alongside what you are doing. And communication is the key there. You need to communicate and talk, because as you communicate and talk, you'll learn things and find out things about other people. Working together is key. Working together with other people, because I feel right now that potentially you're shutting people out. As I've said, you're shutting people away, or you're becoming more reserved. And that's definitely not to do. That's definitely not that's definitely not the way to go about this. It's definitely not the way to do this. You need to be communicating. You need to be open and honest. You need to include the people closest to you, and they will help you get through this. You'll be surprised how much support you will get once you start discussing it, once you start talking about it, once you start to say, like, this is how things are, this is how you want them, or this is the way things are going. And you'll be surprised how much support you actually get from those around you. The issue that you may have, as I say, is having to slow down or change direction a little bit because you're waiting for them. And you don't want to leave them behind. You don't want to just go on without them. That will just have consequences in itself. You need to communicate, and you need to embrace this in the best possible way that you can. Again, being dedicated, being persistent, but also communicating and expressing yourself. And we'll find out, won't we, how you get on with that next week when we come back for another reading for you guys born in the ox. I will be back in a moment with a reading for the tiger people. Then after that, a rabbit reading. So if I don't see you then, because I may see you there if you're interested. If not, then I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.